Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulullah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in amma ba'd. Qala rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas, malikin nas, ilahin nas, min sharri waswasin hannas, allazi yuwaswisu fi sudurin nas min al-jinnati wan nas. Qul a'udhu bi rabbil falaq, min sharri ma halaq, wa min sharri ghasiqin idha waqab, wa min sharri nafasati fil 'uqad, wa min sharri hasidin idha hasad, wa min sharri hasidin idha hasad. Begin by praising God and ask Him to send His blessings to His prophet, righteous men and women who have lived, to the suffering people of Southern Cameroon, the oppressed people of Southern Cameroon, the colonized people of Southern Cameroon, at the same time the resilient people of Southern Cameroon, the focused people of Southern Cameroon, the never again generation. Those of you who've joined me graciously tonight to share views moving forward, most especially to our comrades who have died, and those that are displaced, those suffering in the refugee camps, and those incarcerated in jails across Southern Cameroon and La République du Cameroon. May the peace, mercy, and blessings of God be with you all. All right. Welcome. Excuse me. I think I just want to do some house cleaning. All right. So please, just give me a second. Okay. Done. All right. Can you hear me and can you see me? Please. Can you hear and see me? Okay. It's a terrible delay. It's a snack. All right. Thanks for joining me. I'm here tonight to share my views with you. You saw the post I made, and please, I'd like everyone here and those who are not here, share with others. Take threats seriously. Do not undermine threat on life. It be yours or another's. Take them seriously. It takes courage to threaten people and to threaten their lives. So when it comes to you, take them very seriously and consider many options. All right. That said, I want to reiterate that I am not humanly destructible. I am beyond human destruction. It is only what God has ordained that would occur. And also, dear Southern Cameroonians, we are in a liberation struggle, not just a revolution. We are fighting 60 years of colonization, suppression, and oppression. We are fighting 39 years of tyranny. We are fighting betrayal from our own. We are fighting for justice. But sometimes the big enemy in a project is far away from the things I've mentioned. Sometimes it is the person in the mirror. Start right there with the person in the mirror. Jesus Christ had given us an assignment. I wonder how many of us have accomplished that. He's asked us to remove the log from our eyes before we could complain or try to remove the dust in another's eye. That is a very good lesson for the thoughtful. Now, truth is defined by consistency. You know that truth is present when there is consistency. I'm not saying I am consistent. I'm not trying to make a boast. But without doubt, I can say that I understand that principle, and I'm doing my utmost to be consistent. Consistent does not imply persistence even in error. Since I started talking about collaboration, because two things we want to iron out tonight. Good people from Ground Zero and reasonable patriots from abroad have asked me to clarify the air of two things that are happening. Abdul-Karim, why did you go to the cathedral? And number two, why are you calling for collaboration? I would start with that of the cathedral. And please do not make a mistake. I'm not coming to inform Southern Cameroonians what I went to do in the cathedral. Ladies and gentlemen, and especially those of you who subscribe to the IG. As a matter of fact, all of us who've subscribed to groups and for our movement, of course, very legit groups, and even those who follow individuals. If you call Southern Cameroon a state, which it is, if you consider it to be a state, which it is, then you must know that all information is not supposed to be consumed by each and everyone within the state. There are certain state secrets that even high members of government never know. I think at least that is the basis of education for those who rant and insult people. There are certain information that are not made privy to everyone. State secret, it's state secret. Cardinal Pietro visited the Cameroons, like Republic du Cameroon and Southern Cameroons. I've not heard Southern Cameroonians pretty much sit to analyze the raison d'etre for his visit. But this man is a cardinal of the Roman Catholic Church, the church that gave us the Bible, the church that gave us the Trinity, the church that gave us Easter, the church that gave us Christmas, the Roman Catholic Church. Therefore, he is definitely going to perform religious rituals. So there was a mass in Bamenda. But this man is the Secretary of State of the sovereign state of the Vatican. He is a political figure. He is a big man. So he came basically for two things. And I would say by and large, for the latter, for political reasons. If you doubt, you couldn't be doubting anymore. Because today we know that the Catholic Church, or the Catholic Church has finally offered and committed to mediate for the Southern Cameroons and La Republique du Cameroon. So you know that basically it was a political visit. This is why it didn't start with a mass, it ended with a mass. It started with high-level visits in La Republique du Cameroon and ended up in with a mass. So it makes this guy a diplomat. Southern Cameroonians are spending money and time to go and meet diplomats. Southern Cameroonians want to meet diplomats. They are yearning to meet diplomats. And then a diplomat comes. And they don't want us to try and make presence. But I'm going to wrap this up very quickly because there isn't so much to say about this. The Amazonian coalition team Amazonia, that was born in Switzerland in 2019 in Montreux. Team Amazonia was briefed on the 29th of January 2021 of my encounter and my purpose at the cathedral. The 29, oh, sorry, damn, who is this? Amba Slima. Please, can you delete this comment, or I'll have to block you, please. Do that very quickly. And who is this? What's happening? Please give me a minute. Let's. What's happening? Why the insults? Okay. All right, please don't no insults. No insults. Don't worry. I have a thick skin, don't worry. Insults don't stay on people's body, so never mind. Don't be a student of bad things. Just yes, Amber Slimmer, thank you. Just notify, we can block those. Don't learn from them. Don't. Thank you. All right. I was saying that Team Amazonia was briefed, and for you IG members who've sent threats, insults, I hope you know that the IG is represented in Team Amazonia. So tell them that I said they were briefed the very day. They were briefed 3 hours after the encounter. So if they have not told you surrogates, it's because you are not important. It's because you are only good to be used. This is why they have not told you. I want to thank Senior Comrade Bo Hubbard, because he was on ABC and he made it clear. He made certain things clear, but surrogates are surrogates. These are the true enemies of the struggle. Because enablers are outright enablers. You can see them. Traitors like Nicolas Santos, Foncha, Yannick Sikot are outright traitors. You can see them. But those who are within, whose job is to smear and slander, is to stop the balls from moving, is to attack and dismiss people, those are the real enemies, because you don't really identify and position them. So, ACT was debriefed. I debriefed in ACT, and that is the responsible thing to do in diplomacy. And again, dear Southern Cameroonians, the people of Southern Cameroon, the Catholic Christians, were extremely happy that yours truly and humbly was there to ensure that even if it means just the terminology Southern Cameroons had to be pronounced in the ears of the cardinal, it would be pronounced. When they noticed my presence, they were overwhelmed with joy. And I'll end there. But most of you know some of the priests and some of the priests in the cathedral, and you could recognize the Muslims that accompanied me to the cathedral. You can go ahead and ask them what happened. Ask them, how did ABDULKARIM treat the colonial authority? So, you're not going to bring me to your gutter, surrogate. The only game I know is intellectual game. I don't do gutter games. You're not going to bring me to your gutter. Our struggle is at a level where information management is critical. I am surprised that at this stage, some people think only they should and do something. Nobody else should. And some people think everybody must be subservient to them. Everybody has to toe their line. And the question is, what line have you toed? What track have you really opened for people to follow that makes sense? We would have been following. I'll leave it at that. But Southern Cameroonians, for those who want to ride, ride. Cardinal Pietro went home knowing the following things. Number one, he knew that the people that sat on the high table where he preached and pronounced from Deuteronomy 18:18, Isaiah 59, Isaiah 32:17, Mark chapter 1 verse 29, those were the killers of innocent people. Reasons why Abdul Karim, for example, cannot even shake hands with them, not even with the colonial mayor right here. In the presence of their guns, he would not shake hands with those who kill his people. He went back knowing that the Catholic Church cannot mediate in the problem. Why? Because we don't think the Catholic Church is a strong guarantor to the outcome of negotiations. We are already in Switzerland on a negotiation table. The Catholic Church is free to send envoys to that table and encourage La République du Cameroon to free our prisoners of consciences, demilitarize our street, meet us on the negotiation table so that we can finish this business. He went back knowing that the numbers that he knows about our people being killed is false. It is above 18,000, not over 3,000. He went back knowing these details, including the fact that my own nephew was killed just days before he came. That is it with this whole issue of cathedral. And let me just tell you for the records, surrogates and whoever you think yourself to be, if the Catholic Church calls Abdul Karim, if the Baptist Church calls Abdul Karim,
ready for pairing.
If the Presbyterian Church calls Abdul Karim any day, any time for any religious event, I will go. I will sit there and I will participate. My religion is above anything, including this struggle. It is God for me first. And the Quran tells me about the Ahl al-Kitab, the people of the book, Christians and Jews. Christians in particular, in chapter 5 verse 82 of the Quran, are my best of friends. My constitution is the Quran. It is not your gutter game. So I would go there any day, anytime for the church. The church is not the bishop or any cardinal. You see those women, those children, reading the mass proceedings and so on, that is the church when 2 or 3 are gathered. I would go there any day, any time. And I don't need your permission. Just like you don't need hours to do the things you do, that you do in many mistakes, horribly so. But you expect everybody to toe your gutter game. So I wouldn't do that. So that is it with this Catholic Church business. And just so we know today, the Catholic Church has made their proposition public. Let's get to the next subject, which is about collaboration. Why is Abdul Karim insisting on collaboration? But the basic answer would be this: why should he not? Who on earth is there wanting Sisiku, Ayaba, Sako, Bo, Mba Akuru, Akwanga not to sit and discuss? You are the enemy of Southern Cameroons. If you are that person who would rather have these people apart instead of bringing them together to talk, you are perhaps wittingly or unwittingly the biggest enemy of Southern Cameroons. You enjoy it when our people die. It is fun for you because you have reasons to come on Facebook. You have reasons to get your voices out there. If you don't want these gentlemen to sit and talk, if you prefer that Dr. Liz should be sidelined, if you prefer that Dr. Anyangwe should be sidelined, if you prefer that Pa Fongojis Dinka, the father of this thing, should not be recognized, if that is what you want, then you don't even understand where you are to begin with. You are in politics with the IG. You are in politics with AGOPC perhaps. But in this particular case, I have to be frank. Who have those who have come with backlash, with insults, with smearing, threats, even to my life? IG members. Not just IG surrogates, IG members. My country people is after me. La République du Cameroon is after me. IG members are sending threats. Because you call for collaboration. You call for leadership to find ways to work together, especially on the question of negotiation. Dear Southern Cameroonians, war comes when diplomacy has failed. Successful diplomacy is an alignment of the objectives and means. This is where we are in this critical juncture. On advertising this particular video, you see I said something, that diplomacy is the portrait of the past, the reflection of the present, and the vision of the future. If we want to portray the past, we want to reflect on the present, and we want to visionize the future. If that is the message that diplomacy brings, if diplomacy is really the reflection of values of nations and peoples, their culture and civilization, specificities, political choices, and all of these things, religious precepts and all of these things, if that is what diplomacy is, then what are we telling the international community when our own diplomacy is premised on division, smearing, hate, bigotry, and sectarianism? What are we telling them? We are giving them the reason why negotiation has not started. Look, most of you here would have heard diplomats saying, or someone might have told you that diplomats are saying that the fear worse than South Sudan with us. You can sweep it under the rug. You can, in your illusion, sound that we are all united. There's Team Axe, we are all united. Team Amazonia, we are all united. You can bring all those illusions and fairy tales, but you know the reality. You know that if we cannot fix what is up now, the very opposition that you think you have against your government is going to be the same opposition you're going to be having militarily in Buea. That is the reality. We are giving the international community the green light to make value of what La République du Cameroon is telling them, that they don't know who to talk to. Those of you who insult leaders and diplomats, I have this to tell you. The day Sisiko would be a traitor, our struggle will finish. The day Dr. Saku would be a traitor, our struggle will finish. The day Dr. Cho would be a traitor, our struggle will finish. The day Dr. Akwanga would be a traitor, our struggle will finish. The day Comrade Bo Akuro would be traitors, it would be finished. That people have made mistakes within the struggle. People, all of them, the leaders, does not qualify them for betrayal. Traitors are there and you can see them plainly. That they have different ideas and they make mistakes in those, including myself, doesn't qualify them for traitors. Southern Cameroons, ladies and gentlemen, is fighting to talk, not talking to fight. I can assure you, within my lifetime, or if you succeed in killing me, but by the way, if you kill me, make sure that my blood is what is necessary to go to Buea. Just don't waste it. But Southern Cameroons will negotiate with La République du Cameroon only when we are on a collaborative platform. Stick that to your brain. It is highly unlikely for any negotiations to commence without a collaborative platform, a comprehensive one of Southern Cameroonians. I'm not talking about federalists. I'm not talking about traitors. I'm talking about Ambazonians. You will not begin this negotiation without speaking from one voice. You want to know why the Swiss process is stalling? Because we are not speaking from one voice. So go ahead, attack, smear, think that you're all and above everything. Think that it is only you who can do it. Even believe that if you are left with, you could do it. But you and I know you cannot. You don't have the capacity. You need every Southern Cameroonian who is for the total sovereignty to marshal this through. I wrote a few points down, though I've skipped many. But I want to say this. You remember when Atanganji last week says that La République du Cameroun, or he says President Biya, has won the war against secession, quoting him. Let me see yes if you remember that statement. I'd like to see yes if you remember the statement. Hello? Someone here? Can someone respond? Hello? What is happening? Have I been speaking to myself? Hello? Hello? Can someone write? Hello? Okay. Okay, all right. I got a text, but... All right. Well, I'm not getting comments, but that's all right. Okay. All right, okay. Thank you. Someone just told me you're hearing me. When Antaganji Paul said that they have won the war against, quote him, secession, let me tell you what he means. Let me tell you what he means. Many of us did not get it, so I'll tell you now. He meant that they have succeeded in doing the only relevant thing that will assure them victory. The only relevant thing that would assure them victory is keeping us apart. He meant that they have completely and totally succeeded in dividing us. That is the only winning game for them. That is the only match they got, and they played it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why I call for collaboration. I have information that perhaps you don't have. He means they have success in dividing us, and this division is so deep. When did we achieve victory? When were the glorious days and the age of glory and the golden age for our struggle? 2017, 2018. What gave you that victory? Collaboration. There wasn't any unity still, but there was collaboration. That is what gave you. America told them clearly that you cannot win the war. They got that message. But they know they can win the drama. They can win the weak minds. So IG, I can tell you that this is surrogate, and most of them, Southern Cameroonians, don't know their faces. When you unleash them to attack personalities, be rest assured that you're wittingly or unwittingly keeping Southern Cameroons in a stalemate. You're killing the struggle. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, except for Comrade Bo Herbert, until perhaps this morning, we have IG members within ACT, which you know. And like I said, I debriefed. In other words, I briefed ACT on the 29th itself. Only, what am I talking about? Did I say 3 hours? No. Only 2 hours after all said and done. You come here, you insult people. We were literally begged to go and dine with the cardinal. And I told the bishop, that isn't my task, and that wasn't why I came here. I came here with a purpose. And even if I had to eat, I'm not eating with the killers of my people. You sit in your comfort zone in the diaspora, pick up microphones, pick up telephones, send audio messages to threaten such efforts. Well, I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for Southern Cameroons. And I'll repeat, if my life would guarantee us Boya, please, it has been laid down long ago by me. I just pray that you don't waste it, as lives of our children have been wasted. All right, so this is it, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot tell you much, though there is much to say, but it doesn't work like that at this juncture. The information I have, I use it to advise hierarchy so that we can better our arguments, better our moves, redefine our thoughts. It's not to make public show of them. It's not to make public announcements. It doesn't work that way. This is a struggle. Timing is essential. Information is vital. The United States of America is not the strongest country in the world simply because it has economic might and military might. The most important thing that makes her strong or strongest is intelligence, is information gathering, banking, management. That is what makes her strong. Listen, no diplomat will take you seriously if you are flippant. No diplomat will take you seriously if you are not discreet. No diplomat would come close to you if you are not friendly. You need to be nice. Diplomacy is about doing the nastiest things in the nicest ways. That is really what diplomacy is. And we didn't study diplomacy, but we are condemned by nature now to try and understand the little we can in order to advance our cause, because we need to be talking to diplomats. The best advice and best encouragement would come from diplomats. But they will only give you this advice and this encouragement once they recognize certain qualities in you. We've chased our best. Now we are about chasing even allies. We need friends. We don't need enemies. So, the one other thing I want to say, I've heard the ignorant argument. Where did I hear that thing? Where did I see it? How would the Catholic Church mediate, blah, blah, blah. Ignorance is not a bliss. There is an organization called the Catholic Community of Santo Diego. Santo Diego, check that out, is a Catholic community involved in mediation and negotiations. You want your Swiss process? Get your leaders to collaborate. You want an internationally mediated settlement with a guarantor that can back it? Shut your mouth and get to work. If you want this mediation with Switzerland to survive, because definitely, I've told quite a number of people who need to know, I mean, not us out there, that we will never, our people will never subscribe to a Catholic mediation. We would prefer a mediation where the guarantor has the powers to implement the resolutions of the negotiations and settlements to the latter. We prefer that, and we already have one. We only encourage them to back it up. But that is the essence. You can see the essence. The Catholic Church wants to take over. And they would do so, and you and I would do nothing. The only one game, in my opinion, that we've got to save face and to save our efforts for the past 60 years, predominantly for the past 4 years, is to make sure that we collaborate. If it is not witchcraft, even if I knew that collaborating with someone that I really dislike would bring me to this boya, I would do it for the purpose of boya, and then later on we solve what we have to solve. Yeah. So my last call to IG, talk to your surrogates. They do these things in your name and you've been silent. There's a threat on my life by your surrogates and you're silent. It's implicit. You unleash them. Last time I spoke about collaboration, they were unleashed. They are always unleashed on people. So divide and rule in a struggle is rather devastating. But at the same time, I prefer everything than La République du Cameroon. That's certain. So let's find ways to collaborate. I'd explain, I think 2 months ago when I mentioned collaboration, I'd explain what I meant by that. I wrote long articles on that and even my opinion. And it doesn't just end there. When you see me coming with public statements, dear Southern Cameroonians, it's because there is frustration at the back doing one-on-one. And I'll die a happy man, ensuring that I tried at the back and I also blew a whistle to you people to know that if there's something holding us back, which matters a lot, there are many things, but number one is the fact that we are not speaking with a collective voice. That is collaboration. It doesn't entail unity. You know, it doesn't entail unity. When La République du Cameroon want to qualify us for secessionists and terrorists, they don't say the IG or the AGOFC. All of us, including our unborn children, are dogs and rats. You should notice that. You should recognize that. So, but I've told myself and you once more, there wouldn't be, I'm not absolute, but I'm here saying that highly unlikely would we have a negotiation in this particular manner that we are. Highly unlikely. Right. So the enemy is very happy the way we are. That's why they declared success and victory. That is the meaning of that statement from that guy, from the voices. That is the meaning of the statement. What I told you, the success in division is victory for them. That is it. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, comrades. Please pray for me. Pray for me. There are many people within our struggle who know me, Southern Cameroonians. They are just silent for now, but they will make a complete book of what I've done, what I'm doing, who I am, my sufferings and everything. They will make a book of it should anything happen. They know there are many people, not people that I knew before, many people who are not my family members, who are not related to me in any way, but they know what is up regarding myself and the struggle. Many people know. I'm not an island. I'm not doing that. I synchronize with lots of people, lots of groups. They know my efforts. So when you do this to us on ground zero, including threat of life, yes, you touch very deep things. We can barely eat and feed our families. To go to Commercial Avenue and back is as risky as moving on foot from here to Europe. You sit there and you throw these your dirty insults. This man called Nelson Ucheba, you hardly find him talking about even enablers. He's fully employed by IG to attack people. Has no limits. no moral values at all. So whatever you wish for me, sir, and all of you, I will not wish the same for you. I wish you love and I wish you peace. What you wish for me, if that would bring us to Boya, may it happen. And unfortunately, we didn't enter the struggle to rub shoulders. But the time will come and we'll see how well you can do in anything that you think you can do. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. I just thought I should come and talk, because there was the call from people, So I thought I should just say this, and it's as simple as that. That's what I have to say. I don't know why my comments are not coming, so I could interact with you a bit before I leave. I don't know why they're not coming. So they were coming, but they stopped. All right, so definitely we cannot exchange. I can't see any comments. So, but I hope, please, that you can send me an inbox just now telling me that the message has been gotten. That is it. We are in danger, so because of collaboration. If you all think that we shouldn't collaborate, fine. I've made my point very clear, and I'm yet to get a sound argument why we should not collaborate, not insult. I've not gotten that. No sound mind would say that people should stay apart. No sound mind would say that. The only weak argument I've had is that how do we collaborate with federalists and traitors? Those other parties also call you federalists and traitors. Damn, so La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. All right, dear Southern Cameroonians, thank you very much. Share this video. I'm not sure how well I did in trying to express myself, and I hope I did not by chance. Even you, Comrade Ucheba, I think I see the intent in your stuff, but you just need to be refined. Be civil, be mature. Don't think you know more than anyone, and don't think you love Southern Cameroons more than anyone, my dear friend. Be careful. So be careful. And America, where you are, is not Southern Cameroons, and it's not paradise. Be careful. Under different circumstances, you wouldn't be making the noise you're making. So just be careful. And others who make those ranting and so on, you'll be tongue-tied if you met the real situation. So thank you very much. May God bless you. We stand together until freedom. I have given my life for the cause. And you saw me with Imam Tukur. Call him. Exchange with him. Some of you still talk with federalists. You guys. I don't. Many Muslims even think that. Many Muslims who used to be huge following for me religiously are pulling out because they think I've been silent with the chaos, with the Borough community. Of course, I've not been silent, but I'm just trying to say this is what people have lost. And you sit there in Europe and America, and you think that being in Europe and America is by nature a qualification above those on ground zero. That is a mistake on your part. Thank you very much. Sanitize your tongue. Get your leaders to collaborate, or our children will have to come and fight, because we, this generation, will fail if we don't collaborate. Wa akhir dawana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Thank you very much.